Now to the I-24 News update. Beit Berl College is denying that one of its graduate arts students stole artifacts from the Auschwitz-Birkenau Memorial and Museum for her final art project. Reports initially claimed the student took items such as shards of glass, small bowls, a metal screw, even soil, as well as a sign that warned visitors not to steal anything from the camp's grounds. Initially, there was international outrage about this, and Beit Berl College led an investigation. Now the Auschwitz-Birkenau Memorial is demanding Israel intervene to ensure the artifacts are returned. But an update to this 27-year-old student's project, 27-year-old Rotem Bides, it was that the items were taken not on the campgrounds themselves, according to Beit Berl College, but around the surrounding campgrounds itself, not inside the memorial proper. Now, to talk about this story and its impact and why it's generating so much controversy, of course, around the world, I'm joined by Gabi Klezmer. Gabi is the Dean of Art Faculty at Beit Berl, as well as Margit is with us, our culture correspondent. Maya, give us a background to the story, I guess, and just the investigation. There's no question that the student has artifacts from the area of Auschwitz, but where exactly she got them from is so crucial here.
Well, yes, there is a description within the exhibition for each object where she explains where she found it, where she got it from. Some of them are not even from the Auschwitz ground. Some of them were gifts to her. One of them was a gift to her from her tutor, Michal Neiman, a very famous Israeli artist. Another one was apparently, according to her, taken from a second-hand shop in Berlin. Other ones, she wrote that she found them right outside the fence or on the way to the village that's right next to Auschwitz, because Auschwitz is right, the camp is right next to a Polish village. So she said she found the sign, for instance, that says, "Do not steal any objects from the museum," which is kind of ironic. She said that she found that that sign right outside the campgrounds. And
she's defending what she did. She says she didn't do anything wrong, didn't steal anything, and in fact tonight that the exhibition will go forward. What are your thoughts just on the investigation into this student? The initial report from the college was to issue an apology to explain that we were disappointed in her actions, but then they came out in defense of the student, and the project will go forward. Why the difference?
The moment Rotem wrote a description and actually a statement where she clarifies that the work were not stolen from the ground, and she apologizes, and she was demanded to hang this apology and this document included within her show. And the moment this was established, I think the college was satisfied that the works they don't have any kind of a criminal aspect.
Is the college still in communication with the Auschwitz-Birkenau Memorial? Will the artifacts go back there after the show is done, or no?
This I'm not clear about it, because I think the whole thing is it's an interesting debate. I think whether it is because at the entrance of the show, there is all this kind of a legal document that states it very clearly that the works were not stolen. Inside there is a description from where each item was taken, and there is kind of I would say there is a conflict of information, whether you refer to the object, to the statement outside, with the description, with the descriptions inside.
Some people would ask, I mean, the fact that these items were taken either around the area of the Auschwitz death camp, why does this belong in a graduate student's art project in the first place?
First of all, if I think about the whole industry of souvenirs, we take things that we actually want to memorize, a place or an experience. So you have a whole industry that actually wants to take something.
Memorialize it.
Yeah, memorialize it. Then I think there's the aspect that she herself is a third generation from the Auschwitz.
Her grandfather, prisoner there.
Prisoners. And I think once she probably visited the sites, she was so overwhelmed. And maybe, I think, this is again my interpretation, she actually wanted to create something, or taken something that is the reality of this experience back to her show.
And the show is tonight, it's happening now.
Yeah.
Yes, it's happening now. It just opened. Initially, it was taken down by Beit Berl because they wanted to investigate to see whether the objects were stolen. After they had a disciplinary hearing with Rotem Bides, who, by the way, is no longer giving any interviews to the media. After they had a disciplinary hearing with her, they ascertained that it was okay to move forward with it. But the Auschwitz Museum actually just released a statement that they told me that they're still investigating. They've sent it to the prosecutor's office in Poland to check, because it's considered a very serious crime in Poland if if you're found to have stolen something, you could go to jail for 10 years.
So perhaps that's why she's not speaking out to the media. This is still an investigation. Yeah. This story making headlines, right? I mean, this is an international scandal.
I think it's a very touchy subject because it leads you to many, many important philosophical questions. What are the limits of art? What is art? What is an artist allowed to do and not to do? Who owns the memory of the Holocaust? What are we allowed to take from Auschwitz, or are we not allowed to take anything at all? And should an artist take these things from Auschwitz? And I think part of the story might be related to the media, because the initial story was published in an Israeli newspaper named Yediot, which maybe might have blown it out of proportion, but I'm not entirely sure.
Gabi, just the Beit Berl College, a small college outside of the city of Kfar Saba. Tell me the support or the controversy this has generated for the arts program, for the university. Yeah. Is this scandal hurting Beit Berl, or is it generating a discussion you want to have?
I think we want this. I think we want this discussion, and not maybe in this kind of magnitude. But I think, I mean, Beit Berl is a college, Hamidrasha, which I'm the dean of this. It's a faculty within Beit Berl. Beit Berl is an educational college. I mean, it trains teachers, mainly. It has 3 faculties. The art faculty, Hamidrasha, used to be, it's a 70-year-old school for art and art education. And it has a very strong conceptual base, always, it had. And I think we're very strong leading artists as staff members, and therefore I think a conceptual debate about the value of works and the value of art, and all the time challenging the limits of art is part of it's part of the skull. Yeah.
All right, thank you for taking time with us today to be part of Daily Dose. Maya, thank you for bringing us the story and the special guest to kind of clarify and speak about this ongoing controversy and this ongoing investigation. But the art project is back up now at Beit Berl. Appreciate your time. Thank you for making time for us. Thank you. More news.